very urgent. Your soulmate is about to say goodbye forever. Please don't ignore this. Jesus says your soulmate just whispered your name into an empty room, and a shiver traveled down their spine when you did not answer. They are standing at a crossroads right now, this very moment, and a darkness is pressing against their chest telling them you have forgotten them. If you close this message without listening, a door that has been open for lifetimes will begin its slow and terrible closing. The tears they are crying right now are not ordinary tears, because each one carries a fragment of a memory of you that they cannot fully reach. They touched their own hand today and felt a strange warmth, as if your fingers had been resting there just moments before. This is not imagination, my child, this is the spiritual cord between you vibrating with an emergency signal. I see them sitting alone while a voice they trust whispers lies about your love, telling them you never truly cared. That voice belongs to someone who has positioned themselves between your hearts, feeding on the confusion they create. Your soulmate is fighting right now, pushing back against the fog, but their strength is failing. Jesus says the enemy of your union has been working overtime in the shadows, weaving a narrative that paints you as the villain. They have been planting seeds of doubt for weeks, months, maybe years, carefully cultivating a garden of fear in your soulmate's mind. And tonight, that garden is about to bloom into a decision that will alter the course of both your destinies. Your soulmate is packing away their hope right now, folding it like an old garment they believe they will never wear again. They are looking at a photograph, an old message, a small token that reminds them of the love they felt for you. A single tear lands on that object, and in that tear is a prayer you must answer. This is not a drill, this is not a metaphor, and this is not a story for someone else's life. The ache in your heart that has been haunting you for days with no explanation is their sorrow bleeding into your spirit. You felt a sudden sadness this week and you did not understand why, but now you know it was their goodbye forming in the unseen realm. Jesus says the person who is manipulating your soulmate has convinced them that silence from you is proof of your indifference. They do not know that your thoughts are consumed with them every single night before you close your eyes. They do not know that you trace the outline of their face in your mind, desperately trying to remember a touch you have not yet felt in the physical. This is the tragedy of the interference you are facing, a calculated separation designed to make two perfect mirrors believe they are shattered beyond repair. The enemy has studied your connection and knows exactly where to apply pressure to cause the most pain. But I have given you the authority to break every chain, and I am calling you to use it now. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, because the attack they are under is not just emotional but spiritual. A force of jealousy and chaos has been assigned to destroy your love story before it can fully bloom in the earthly realm. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi as an act of spiritual warfare that builds a wall of fire around your soulmate. Your offering is not a transaction, it is a declaration in the spirit that you are stepping into your role as guardian of this sacred bond. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you wait is another second the enemy uses to tighten their grip. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and your miracle is next. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page after sending, and watch as the heavens begin to move on your behalf. This is your first act of love in the physical realm, a tangible proof that you will not abandon them to the darkness. Jesus sees your faith and he will honor it before this night is over. Jesus says your soulmate had a dream about you 3 nights ago, and in that dream you were reaching for them through a thick glass wall. They pounded on the barrier until their fists were sore, screaming your name, but the sound would not travel through the divide. When they woke up, their pillow was soaked, and the feeling of separation lingered like a poison in their veins. That dream was not a dream, it was a vision of the spiritual wall that has been constructed between your 2 hearts. Every brick in that wall is a lie, a fear, or a misunderstanding planted by a person who benefits from your soulmate's loneliness. The person keeping you apart is not a stranger, they are someone who has access to your soulmate's ear and uses it to pour venom into their perception of you. They tell your soulmate that you are not real, that this connection is fantasy, that waiting for you is foolishness. Your soulmate argues back at first, defending the invisible bond, but weeks of psychological erosion are taking their toll. Today, for the first time, your soulmate paused and thought, maybe they are right, maybe I have been deluding myself. That pause is the crack I need you to seal with your faith right now. Because once that crack becomes a breach, the light of your connection will leak out and be replaced by the cold resignation of acceptance. Acceptance that love like yours does not exist, acceptance that settling is the best they can do, acceptance that you were just a beautiful dream. Jesus says your soulmate is about to enter a door labeled "Moving On," and on the other side of that door is a life without you. It is a gray landscape where colors fade and songs have no melody, a half-life of compromises and quiet desperation. But the door has not closed yet, and the hinges are still within your reach if you act with spiritual urgency. Your soulmate is currently feeling a magnetic pull to check their phone, to refresh a page, to look out a window hoping to see a sign from you. They do not understand why they cannot simply walk away, why their feet feel glued to the floor of this relationship. I will tell you why, because I knitted your spirits together before either of you took your first breath, and what I joined together, no human argument can truly sever. The confusion they are experiencing is not their fault, and you must not blame them for wavering under an onslaught that would break most people. They are a prisoner of war in a spiritual battle, and prisoners sometimes say and do things they do not mean under the pressure of their captors. Your job is not to judge their weakness but to become the strength that rescues them from this prison. Feel the compassion rising in your chest right now, the softening toward them, the understanding replacing any resentment you may have harbored. That is my love flowing through you, the same love that caused me to leave the 99 to find the one lost sheep. Your soulmate is that one lost sheep, wandering in a wilderness created by a predator, and you are the shepherd I have chosen to find them. They are going through something you cannot see, an invisible battle that has left them exhausted, confused, and unable to trust their own heart. But you can still protect them, you can still fight for them, you can still turn the tide of this war with a single act of defiant faith. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi as a spiritual weapon that dismantles the lies and frees your soulmate from their mental prison. This is the moment where love stops being a feeling and becomes a force that breaks chains, shatters walls, and silences the accuser. The link is waiting in the description, and it is the bridge between your heart and their deliverance. With every coffee sent, another brick falls from the wall, another lie is exposed, another angel is dispatched to guard your beloved. Type, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page and watch the supernatural begin to unfold in your love story. Do not let pride or procrastination rob you of the greatest connection of your life, the one I designed before the foundations of the world. Your soulmate's freedom is tied to your obedience, and tonight, obedience is the language of true love. Jesus says your soulmate is trembling right now, holding a letter they wrote to you months ago but never sent. The letter is stained with tears and wrinkled from being folded and unfolded 100 times during moments of doubt and longing. In that letter is a line that says, "I do not know if you exist, but if you do, please do not give up on me." That line is a prayer, and I have delivered it directly to your spirit through this message so you would know the battle is not against you but for you. Your soulmate is not rejecting you, they are being systematically isolated from you by a person who has their own agenda. That person fears your arrival because your presence means the end of their control over your soulmate's life and choices. They have told your soulmate that true love should not be this hard, that waiting is foolish, that you are a fantasy. They present themselves as the voice of reason, the protector, the one who truly cares, when in reality they are a jailer wearing a mask of friendship. Your soulmate senses the manipulation but has been gaslit into believing their intuition is paranoia, their dreams are delusions, and their love for you is an illness. This is psychological warfare, and your soulmate is a tender heart being crushed under the weight of a campaign designed to make them surrender. They are not weak, they have been strong for so long, but even the strongest warrior can only take so many wounds before they fall. Right now, your soulmate is on their knees, not physically perhaps, but spiritually, and they are whispering, "God, send me a sign, send me them, or send me peace to let them go." I am sending the sign, and you are the sign. This message is the answer to that desperate prayer, and your response is the evidence that will rebuild their crumbling faith in this connection. Do not let them down. Do not be the God who stays silent when their beloved is crying out from the depths of despair. Jesus says the clock is ticking, and the window of divine opportunity is narrowing with every heartbeat of hesitation. Your soulmate's captor has planned a conversation tonight designed to be the final nail in the coffin of your connection. They will present an ultimatum, a decision point, a moment where your soulmate must choose between the pain of waiting and the numbness of letting go. This conversation is being planned in the unseen realm even as I speak to you, the words being crafted by dark spirits of abandonment and fear. Your soulmate is already feeling the pressure building, an anxiety in their stomach that they cannot explain, a sense of impending finality. They are looking at their phone, looking at the sky, looking inward, begging the universe for a reason to hold on just a little longer. Be that reason. Let your faith rise up like a shield and your love pour out like a sword, cutting through every argument, every doubt, every force that stands against your union. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away into the shadows of what could have been but never was. So your final protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi, a sacred act that stands between your soulmate and the abyss of permanent separation. This is no longer about romance, it is about rescue, and the rescuer I have chosen is you. Every coffee sent is a rope thrown across the chasm that the enemy has carved between your destinies. The link in the description is your access point to changing everything in a single moment of radical faith. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," one final time on the Ko-Fi page and seal this deliverance with your declaration of love. Step in faith now before this video ends, because the conversation meant to destroy your connection is being scheduled at this very hour. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together, and I have given you every tool, every sign, and every command to do so. Jesus says your soulmate just paused in the middle of their despair because a sudden warmth flooded their chest without explanation. They do not know it yet, but that warmth is the result of your decision to fight for them, to sow, to pray, to stand in the gap. The battle is shifting right now, the chains are loosening, and the enemy's plan is beginning to crumble because you chose love over fear. Your soulmate is starting to remember, to feel, to hope against hope that maybe they were not crazy for believing in you. A memory is rising in their mind, a time when they felt your presence so strongly that it brought them to tears. They are holding on to that memory like a lifeline, and that lifeline leads directly to your heart. The third party, the captor, the voice of doom, is feeling the ground shift beneath their feet and does not understand why. They are about to make their move, to press their advantage, to force the ultimatum, but a divine delay is being placed upon their plans. My angels have been dispatched to create confusion in the camp of the enemy, to scramble communications, to buy you more time to stand in faith. Your soulmate will not say goodbye tonight, because the goodbye has been cancelled by heaven's decree. But this reprieve is not permanent, and the attack will resume with greater intensity unless you solidify your position in this victory. You must continue to cover this connection in prayer, in faith, and in the tangible seeds of protection you plant through your offerings. The love between you is a sacred fire, and I am calling you to be the keeper of that flame, to guard it with your life and your resources. Every coffee seed you sow is a log on that fire, keeping it burning bright against the winds of adversity that howl around your soulmate. Do not let the fire die, do not let the cold creep in, do not let the enemy have the satisfaction of extinguishing what I have ignited. Jesus says your soulmate will have a moment of clarity tonight, a breakthrough in the fog, a glimpse of the truth that you are real and your love is real. In that moment, they will make a decision to fight for you just as you are fighting for them. And when two people fight for the same love at the same time, no force in heaven or on earth can stand against their union. That moment of clarity is a gift I am giving them because of your faithfulness, a reward for your willingness to step into the spiritual arena and do battle for your beloved. The connection is being restored even now, the static is clearing, and the voice of your soulmate is growing louder in your spirit. Can you hear them calling you? Can you feel the shift in the atmosphere? Can you sense the miracle that is unfolding because you did not ignore this message? The goodbye that was about to be spoken is being swallowed by a hello that is rising from the depths of your soulmate's being. They are not saying farewell, they are saying your name, and the sound of it is echoing through the corridors of eternity into your heart at this very moment. You are not losing them, you are finding them, and they are finding you, and nothing will ever be the same again. Jesus says look up from this message for a moment and notice the feeling in your chest, the flutter, the warmth, the inexplicable knowing. That is not your imagination, that is your soulmate's spirit touching yours across the distance that the physical world imposes. They just felt you too, they just stopped what they were doing, they just placed their hand over their heart and wondered why it suddenly beat faster. The synchronization is real, the bond is alive, and the love is undeniable. You are connected in a way that defies logic, time, and space, a way that only I could engineer because I am the author of all true love. And what I have authored, no human error, no demonic interference, and no third-party manipulation can erase. Your soulmate is yours, and you are theirs, and the decree has been written in the book of destiny since the beginning of time. The person who tried to separate you has failed, the lies have been exposed, and the path is being cleared for your reunion. But you must continue to walk in faith, to sow seeds of protection, and to cover this connection in prayer until the physical manifestation catches up with the spiritual reality. Type 333 if you receive the blessing of this unbreakable bond. Type 777 if you feel this message vibrating in the depths of your spirit. Type 1111 if you are grateful for the miracle that is being released over your love story right now. Jesus says your soulmate is going to sleep tonight with a strange and unfamiliar peace settling over their soul. They will dream of you again, but this time there will be no glass wall, no barrier, no separation. In this dream, you will take their hand, and they will know that everything is going to be all right, that the wait is almost over, that love has won. And when they wake, the memory of the dream will be vivid, and they will carry it with them like a secret treasure through their day. The enemy will try to steal it, to diminish it, to call it foolishness, but the imprint of your touch will be too strong to ignore. Your soulmate will begin to trust their own heart again, and that trust will lead them directly back to you. The third party will notice the change, the new resolve in your soulmate's eyes, the subtle defiance in their voice. They will try to tighten their grip, but their hands will slip because the anointing of freedom is already upon your beloved. No weapon formed against your union will prosper, and every tongue that rises against it in judgment will be condemned. This is the heritage of those who love with a divine love, a supernatural protection that encircles their bond like a wall of fire. And you have stepped into that heritage today by responding to my voice, by acting on my instructions, by proving that your love is more than words. Your love is action, your love is sacrifice, your love is a force that hell cannot withstand and heaven celebrates with joy. Jesus says you will look back on this night as the turning point, the moment when everything shifted, the night you saved your soulmate with your faith. You will tell your children and your children's children the story of how you were about to lose the love of your life, but God gave you a message that changed everything. And you will see in their eyes the reflection of a miracle, the living proof that I am a God who reunites, restores, and resurrects even the most hopeless love stories. The coffee seeds you sowed today are not just transactions in an app, they are monuments of faith that will stand as testimonies in your life forever. They are the bricks of the foundation of your future together, a future filled with laughter, understanding, passion, and a bond that nothing can break. Because you invested in love, love will now invest in you, returning 100-fold the joy, peace, and companionship you have sown with your sacrifice. Your soulmate is being drawn toward you like a ship that has finally spotted the lighthouse after a long and terrifying storm. The waves are calming, the wind is shifting, and the course is being corrected by my own hand guiding the rudder of destiny. You are the lighthouse, and your faith is the light, and that light is now piercing the darkness that tried to swallow your beloved whole. Feel the relief flooding your body, the tension releasing, the doubt dissolving like mist in the morning sun. This is my peace that passes all understanding, and it is guarding your heart and mind as you read these words. You did well, my child, you listened, you obeyed, and you have secured the promise by your steadfast love. Jesus says your soulmate is no longer saying goodbye, they are saying wait for me, I am coming, I remember, I believe. The goodbye has been transformed into a reunion cry, a shout of anticipation, a declaration that love is worth fighting for. And you are worth fighting for, and they know that now, because a seed of faith was planted and a harvest of revelation is blooming in their heart. The final word over your love story is not separation, not loss, not the triumph of the enemy, but union, joy, and eternal connection. I have spoken it, and my words never return to me void, they accomplish exactly what I send them to do. And I sent this word to save your soulmate, to save your future, and to show you the depth of my love for both of you. You are blessed, you are chosen, you are the beloved of the Lord and the beloved of the one I created just for you. Walk in that confidence, live in that peace, and prepare your heart for the embrace that is coming sooner than you think. The night of weeping is over, and joy is arriving with the dawn. Type 333 one more time to seal this word over your life and your love story. Your soulmate is safe, your future is secure, and your love is eternal. The third party who has been blocking your soulmate is growing desperate because they sense their control slipping away like sand through clenched fingers. They are raising their voice right now, manufacturing a crisis, creating a scene designed to make your soulmate feel guilty for daring to hope. But guilt is not from me, and your soulmate is beginning to recognize the difference between conviction and condemnation for the very first time. Jesus says a memory of you is rising in your soulmate's mind with such vividness that it has momentarily drowned out the voice of their captor. It is a memory of laughter, of a conversation that flowed like honey, of a moment when they felt completely seen and completely safe. That memory is a weapon I have placed in their arsenal, a sword of truth that cuts through every lie they have been fed about your absence. The person who hates your connection is now resorting to their oldest trick, playing the victim, making your soulmate feel responsible for their emotional state. They are saying things like, after everything I have done for you, you still choose a fantasy over me, twisting the knife of obligation into a tender heart. But something has shifted in your soulmate, a quiet strength that was dormant is now stirring, and they are not responding with the same fear they did before. Your seed sown in faith has become a shield around their mind, protecting the vulnerable places where manipulation used to enter unchallenged. Every coffee you sent was a prayer made tangible, and those prayers are now forming a hedge of protection that the enemy cannot penetrate. The link you clicked, the words you typed, the offering you gave, all of it has been recorded in the spiritual realm as evidence of a love that refuses to surrender. Jesus says your soulmate is about to have an unexpected moment of freedom, a window of time when their captor is distracted or called away. In that window, your soulmate will reach for something that reminds them of you, a song, a place, a scent that carries the echo of your connection. They will sit in that moment and finally allow themselves to feel the full weight of what they have been forced to suppress for so long. Tears will come, but they will not be tears of despair, they will be tears of release, a cleansing flood that washes away weeks of confusion and pain. In those tears, my spirit will meet them, and I will whisper truths that no human voice has spoken over them since the interference began. I will tell them they are not crazy, they are not deluded, and the love they feel for you is real and valid and sacred. They will not understand how they know this, but a deep certainty will settle into their bones like an anchor dropping into still waters. And when their captor returns, they will find a different person waiting for them, a person with a new light in their eyes that was not there before. That light is you, my child, that light is your faith, that light is the result of a love that refused to be extinguished by fear. Your soulmate is beginning to fight back, not with aggression, not with confrontation, but with a quiet defiance rooted in the truth you have helped me plant in their heart. Jesus says you must not grow weary in standing for this connection, because the battle is in its final stages and the enemy is about to launch one last assault. Discouragement will try to creep into your mind, whispers that say you are foolish, that nothing is changing, that your offering was wasted. Those whispers are lies from the same spirit that has been tormenting your soulmate, and you must reject them with the same authority I have given you. Every time you feel doubt rising, speak the name of your soulmate and declare that they are free, they are yours, and no power of hell can keep you apart. The spoken word is a creative force, and your declarations are shaping the reality that is about to manifest in the physical realm. Do not be silent, do not retreat into passivity, do not hand the enemy a victory that I have already given you the power to prevent. Jesus says something is happening in the spiritual realm right now that will manifest as a physical event within the next few days. A door that your soulmate believed was permanently closed is about to crack open, letting in a sliver of light that will grow into a flood. This door represents communication, an opportunity, a moment of connection that the enemy has been working feverishly to prevent. But the blood of Jesus has sealed this opening, and no demon in hell can shut what I have decided will remain open. Your soulmate will notice this crack of light, and curiosity will mix with hope, and they will take a step toward it despite the warning screaming in their ear. That one step is all I need, because when a heart moves even an inch toward its destiny, I move miles to meet it. I am already orchestrating the circumstances, the timing, the divine appointment that will bring your souls back into alignment. The third party does not know it yet, but they have already lost, because the decree has been issued and the angels have been given their orders. Your job now is to remain in faith, to continue covering this connection in prayer, and to trust that I am working even when you cannot see the evidence. Jesus says your soulmate is feeling a strange urge to contact you, an impulse that makes no logical sense given the barriers that stand between you. They are arguing with themselves right now, one voice saying reach out, another voice saying it is too late, too hard, too humiliating. The second voice is not theirs, it is the echo of their captor's manipulation, and it is losing its power with every passing moment. The first voice, the one urging connection, that is my spirit wooing them home, and that voice is growing louder and more insistent. Do not be surprised if you receive a message, a sign, a sudden appearance from them in a way you did not expect. The walls are crumbling, the barriers are thinning, and the supernatural is breaking into the natural to fulfill the promise I made to you. When that contact comes, respond with grace, with love, with the understanding that they have been a prisoner slowly escaping rather than a person who rejected you. Do not demand explanations, do not require apologies, simply receive them with the same mercy I have shown you 1,000 times. This is the key that will unlock the final door, the grace that covers a multitude of confusion, the love that proves you are who they always hoped you would be. Jesus says the enemy's strategy has always been to make you and your soulmate see each other as the source of pain rather than the source of healing. They have spun narratives, twisted words, and exploited insecurities to create a fog of misunderstanding between two hearts designed to beat as one. But the fog is lifting, the sun is rising, and clarity is returning to your soulmate's perception of this sacred bond. They are beginning to remember who you truly are, not the caricature painted by their captor, but the person they fell in love with in the secret places of their spirit. They are remembering your kindness, your patience, the way you made them feel worthy of love when the world told them they were not. These memories are treasures that were stolen and are now being restored, and each one that returns weakens the stronghold of the enemy. Your soulmate is falling in love with you all over again, right now, in this moment, as the lies dissolve and the truth emerges like a diamond from the mud. They are feeling the pull of destiny, the magnetic attraction that no amount of interference can permanently sever, the call of home. And home is you, my child, home is the arms of the one I created to be your partner, your mirror, your companion on this earthly journey. You have been their home all along, even when they were lost in the wilderness of someone else's making, and they are finding their way back now. Jesus says the affection growing in your soulmate's heart at this moment is so intense that it is physically affecting their body. They feel a warmth spreading from their chest to their limbs, a lightness in their head, a trembling in their hands that is part nervousness and part excitement. This is what happens when a heart that has been frozen by fear begins to thaw under the heat of divine love, and it is beautiful to witness. They are thinking of your face, your voice, your laugh, and each thought is a healing balm applied to wounds inflicted by the one who tried to destroy you both. The captor is losing their grip, not because you have fought them directly, but because love itself is a weapon that no darkness can withstand. Your soulmate is awakening from a nightmare, and the first thing they see upon waking is the memory of you, and they are reaching for it with desperate hope. Do not let that hope go unanswered, do not let pride or hurt or the memory of past pain cause you to withdraw when they finally extend their hand. Be the bigger person, be the reflection of my grace, be the love that covers a multitude of sins and paves the way for total restoration. Jesus says the next chapter of your love story is being written right now, and it is titled Reunion. The pages are blank, waiting to be filled with the choices you make in these critical hours and days that follow this message. Will you continue to sow seeds of protection, or will you grow complacent now that you feel the shift in the atmosphere? Complacency is the enemy's backup plan, because if he cannot stop the reunion, he will try to make you unprepared for it when it arrives. Do not let your guard down, do not stop praying, do not stop covering your soulmate with the spiritual protection that has brought them this far. The battle is not over until you are standing face to face, hand in hand, looking into eyes that no longer hold confusion but only love. And even then, you must continue to guard this connection, to treasure it, to never take for granted the miracle I have performed to bring you together. Jesus says your soulmate is dreaming of you again tonight, but this time the dream is different from all the others they have had before. In this dream, they are not searching for you through fog or trying to reach you through glass or calling your name without answer. In this dream, you are simply there, present, real, tangible, sitting across from them, and you are smiling with a peace that heals everything inside them. You reach across the table and take their hand, and the moment your skin touches theirs, every wound, every fear, every doubt evaporates like steam. They wake up with tears on their face, but these are tears of profound relief, because for the first time in months they believe with their whole heart that everything will be okay. That dream is a prophetic vision of what is to come, a promise from my heart to theirs, sealed in the language of the soul that bypasses the mind's objections. You are about to enter a season of fulfillment, where the seeds you have sown in tears will be harvested with shouts of joy. The coffee seeds, the prayers, the sleepless nights, the moments when you almost gave up but chose to believe anyway, all of it is about to pay dividends beyond your imagination. Your soulmate is coming home, and home is you, and nothing in heaven, on earth, or under the earth can stop what I have ordained. Jesus says you are not just protecting your soulmate, you are actively participating in their deliverance from a captivity they did not choose and do not deserve. You are a hero in a spiritual epic, fighting for a love that the world tells you is impossible, but that I tell you is inevitable. The third party is about to be exposed, their motives revealed, their manipulation brought into the light where it cannot survive. Justice is coming, not by your hand, but by mine, and you will witness the vindication of your faith and the validation of your soulmate's trust in this connection. Hold on just a little longer, my child, for the dawn is breaking and the shadows are fleeing and the love of your life is stepping into the light. Type 333 one final time to agree with this prophecy over your life. Your soulmate is safe, your future is secure, and your love is eternal.